Hello everyone. Today I'll be solving another Leetcode Premium question which is called finding the number of visible mountains. As you know, I have started a series in which I'll be solving different Leetcode Premium questions, and I've already solved a question previously, so you can check it out, and this is the second question. So let's just directly jump into the question and see what the question says. So the question is, you are given a zero index 2D integer array peaks where peaks I is equals to xi yi, states that mountain I has a peak at coordinate xi yi. A mountain can be described as a right angled isosceles triangle with its base as the x-axis and a height at its peak. More formally, the gradient of the ascending and descending mountains are 1 and -1 respectively. A mountain is considered visible if its peak does not lie within another mountain, including the border of the mountains. So what this question is saying is something is not very complex. It's very interesting to solve this question. So let's see um, what this question is actually means. So the question is saying that there are multiple mountains over here, and each mountain has a peak, and this peak value is the coordinate that is given in our question. So the array that is given is the peak value of each and every mountain. So so regarding the question, it is saying that we need to find those mountains whose peak does not lie in any other mountain, is not overlapping. So if I see over here, I can see that I have a peak over here which is lying inside this mountain. You can see this is a mountain and this is a mountain. So its peak is lying inside this mountain. So we should not consider this mountain in our answer. We can see that this peak and this peak are not lying with each other, so these two mountains can be considered, but this mountain should not be considered. So in this we need to return 2 as our answer. Okay, so this is what the question is. So we need to follow up with the question and see how we can solve the question. So the first thing that is coming in my mind, so first thing that is coming in my mind is how to solve this. Like what should I use? What should be the approach to solve this question? um, I can think of something which is more peculiar, which is more precise to follow up. Like these are the coordinates that are given to us, but by seeing these coordinates we are not coming to a conclusion that how should we approach it, because the coordinates are very different. The coordinates that are given is the x-axis and the y-axis of everything. So we are a little bit of confused, like how to solve this up, how to think of some kind of approach. So why can't we do it a little bit simpler way? Why can't we solve it in a simpler way? I'm thinking of making this line, instead of making it vertical, let's just rotate it and make it horizontal. Ah, it seems it might be confusing, but it's not very much confusing. I just want to simplify this question. So what I'm thinking is I'm changing this height from here to here. So what I'm saying is I'll be considering this as my interval. Sorry, I'll be considering this as my interval and not these two as an interval. Let me select another color. So these two should not be considered as in our interval. We will be considering from coordinate 0 to coordinate 9, because this mountain has a range of 1 to 9, as we can see over here, 6 comma 3. So what we can change here is we can reduce this, we can subtract 3 from 6, so we'll get a coordinate 3 which is nothing but our left coordinate. Okay, sorry, we should take this 5 and 4. Okay, let's take this coordinate, which is 5 comma 4. So what we'll be doing is we will be reducing 4 from 5, so we'll be getting 1, which is nothing but this coordinate, and the second one will be 5 plus 4, that is 9, which is nothing but this coordinate. So we got an interval which is saying that this mountain lies between range 1 to 9. So we'll be doing same thing in each of the mountains. Every mountain will be doing the same thing. We'll be changing the interval, and we will be doing it in a simpler way. So now the mountain will be something like this, and this, and something like this. So this will be our third mountain. So this is the red mountain that we have over here, this red mountain. So what we can see over here is, we can see that this range is overlapping with this one. So we are 100% sure now that this is a mountain which will lie inside this range. So that's how we'll be approaching this question. And let's just take another example and try to solve this question more specifically. I have an example over here which says that the mountain starts from 2, 2, 5, 2, 8, 4, 8, 4, 8, 4. So the question is, if there are two mountains which is exactly same, overlapping exactly same, then we should not consider like this tip is inside another mountain. So we will we will not consider any of the mountain. We'll be discarding both the mountains. Similarly, here we can see that the two coordinates that is given, these are the actual coordinates, and these are the transformed coordinates. So we can see here that 8, 4, suppose this is 8 and this is 4, x-axis and y-axis. So 8, 4, 8, 4, 8, 4, 8, 4. So there are total of 5 mountains which are of same x coordinate and y coordinate. So we'll be discarding all these 5 mountains. We should not include all these 5 mountains. So in our answer, these two are the only mountains which will be considered. So after changing it into our own way of solving this question, we'll be getting this as our coordinate, which is 0, 4, 3, 7, 4, 12, 4, 12, 4, 12, 4, 12. So these are the 5 coordinates which are same. So will not be considering these 5 coordinates, and only will be considering these 2 coordinates. So these will be in our answer, which is 2, and not these. Okay. This is the way how we are going to approach this question. Okay. So this was a simpler example. We can try and solve this question using our coding. So the code of this question is not very much difficult, it's very easy. So I'll quickly guide you through the coding part. If you have got the intuition on how to solve this question, then I would suggest you that you should solve it by yourself at first, and if you are not getting it, and if you are not getting the solution, you can see the solution from here also. So pause this video and try to solve it by yourself. And okay, so we'll be solving this question. So what our intuition was, we need to create our transformed arrays. So for creating our transformed arrays, we need to change the earlier array. So we created another array distance, name distance, and in which what we are doing is we are subtracting 1 from 0. So what we are doing is, if we are taking 5, 2 as our example, we are subtracting 2 from 5, which will be 3, and then we are adding these 2, so 7. So this is the range where this mountain will lie. This is the length of the mountain, I would say the width of the mountain. So these are the, in this way we can approach this question. Now after that what I will do is I'll sort the distance, because it's obviously we know that this array, these mountains needs to be sorted, because we need to handle, we should not handle two variables at the same time. We have x coordinate, we have y coordinate, so we should not handle two coordinates at the same time. We should find some way in which we should handle this question in more precise way. So what we did is we sorted this array on the basis of x-axis, on the basis of first coordinate. So this will be sorted, so we are 100% sure that the values that will come after this either will be same value or will be greater than the previous value. That's for sure. Will be 100% sure about it. So we need to only focus majorly on the second part of the question of the arrays, that these should not be same. So what I created is I created a size variable, and I variable will be our loop, which will be running throughout the array. So first what I did is I increased the size. Okay, so this is, I'm taking this as an example. So 0, 4, we increased it our size to 0, from 0 to 1, as if saying that this is a mountain which does not overlap with any other peak. Still now we are not 100% sure that this is not lying with another mountain's peak or not, but we are supposing that okay, this is not lying. So let's just not consider this for now. This is just an ending loop constraint. Okay. So what I did is I stored it in a variable where the distance of I1, like the last variable distance, is stored in my current end. Now what I am doing is I am checking here if my distance of 0 is same as distance of 1. Now let's just suppose in this case what we are doing is, if my distance is 0, if my distance of 0 means this coordinate, if it is same as this coordinate, then we are 100% sure that these two mountains will overlap. Now let's just take an example over here. We have sorted this array in such a way that the values whose value is lesser will be sorted over here, and if the values are same, if this 4 and this 4 are same, then it will be sorted on the basis of second, same as ascending order, on the basis of second coordinate. So let's just suppose there is a value called 4, 8 and another value called 4, 12. So what we can see over here is 4, 8. 4 and 4 are same. They both are same. We need to consider this value. 8 and 12. If I can see over here 4 and 8 and 4 and 12, I know that 4 and 12 will be a mountain which will overlap this 4, 8. It will always be inside of this 4, 12. Even if the values are same, if it is not 8, if it is 12 also, then also this coordinates will overlap with each other. 4, 12 will be this coordinate, something pointed over here. So we can say that if the starting positions are same, that means they will overlap. So we are reducing the size. Meaning what? I have increased the size as 1. Let's suppose 4, 8 was our first coordinate, so we increased the size as 1. Now we saw that 4, 12 was also there, and 4, 12 starting value is same. That means they both will overlap with each other. So we reduced this also because we don't want uh, these two mountain, this mountain, sorry, we don't want this mountain because uh, this is a smaller mountain, so we don't want this mountain. We may consider this mountain depending on the value which is ahead of it. Okay, so this part is saying this. Now what we are doing, we are checking if the ending value is greater than or equal to the next ending value. Meaning what? If suppose these values are same for 12, 12, 12, 12, 12, they all are same, so we know that we don't have to consider any of these array, we just have to move forward to another element directly because these mountains will overlap with each other. So this while loop is for the same thing. If the ending values are same or even greater than the current ending, so we'll be moving I uh, plus plus to the next index and we'll jump one by one. So if we'll try and see this question, it's not very difficult to solve this question, it's very easy. If you just have to try by yourself, try it once, I'm 100% sure that you will get it. If you are not getting it, just comment below and I'll try to guide you as best as possible. So try by yourself, try it once, it might be possible that you will get some errors or some test cases may fail, but those test cases will teach you and guide you how to solve this question. So this is a very very interesting question. So if you like this video, please do like, share and subscribe. We'll meet in another question. Thank you.